Dear friends, good morning. It's a great day for the European People's Party today in Helsinki, and I would like at the outset to warmly thank our friends from Kokoomus, led by Petteri Orpo, for the great hospitality and the fantastic organization of this Congress. I also thank Joseph, our President, and his team for always making sure that EPP Congresses are referential, memorable, and forward-looking. Today, in my view, it is a turning point. For the EPP, with the election of our Spitzencandidate, we shall, via facti, start the campaign for the European Parliament elections. I would like to thank both Manfred and Alex for their speeches and presentation today. I found them passionate, I found them convincing, competent, values-based, and solution-oriented. These are the messages exactly that the most serious, the leading party in Europe, the leading political family should be putting across to the electorates of our countries. We are a party that gathers together people and individuals who share the same values. The values of freedom, of peace, of democracy, of free markets. Values where each individual has its rights, where each individual has its responsibilities, where we wake up every morning to fight for our families, to fight for our countries in patriotic terms, but also to cherish the European cooperation and European integration. That's why we are the leading European family, working on the heritage of our founding fathers. In that respect, when the global tide of populism, of fear, of topics such as migration have completely altered the political architecture on the national level, we need to present ourselves in these elections as the party that provides solutions. And therefore, all the resolutions that we have prepared for this Congress, in my view, are hitting the right target. Whether it's the security, where we clearly say for the migration issue that the problems should be solved at their source, and that the key element is to protect our external borders and strengthen the Schengen system. This is the responsibility that we will have to explain to our citizens. At the end of the day, we are the People's Party that is closest to our citizens, that is prone to receive the support of the majority of the Europeans in all our countries. And we should demonstrate that our message is stronger, more serious than the messages of populists who offer fear and simplistic solutions, but not the real responsibility for the governing, neither at the European level nor at the national level. This is what the EPP should demonstrate in the elections in May. In economic terms, my friends, the achievements of last 5 years of the Commission led so ably by Jean-Claude and another almost half of the Commission members coming from our family was a success in employment, in growth, in providing opportunities to the small and medium-sized enterprises, in finding solutions to our youth, in projecting stable, secure, and confident Europe on the global scene. Our Belgian Deputy Prime Minister mentioned Shanghai and Import Expo in China, where several of us members of the European Council from our family were. It's true. The global context is inevitably changing, and our role to be the sense of reason, sense of stability, sense of order in multilateral trade is immense. And therefore the efforts that our leaders of the institutions were making, both by talking to the United States and other key actors globally, are essential. And I'm grateful both to Jean-Claude and Donald, and also to Antonio for taking these functions. Dear friends, I come from a country and a member state who is the youngest member of the European Union, a member that strives for two deeper integrations. One is to become members of Schengen, and the other one to join the Eurozone. We are making progress on both fronts based on the triangle of our policies, focused on fiscal consolidation, on structural reforms and investments. In that respect, I look forward that the next multi-annual financial framework brings an added value to the policies that we conduct on a national level. And therefore, I would like to mention two items which I deem very important for the next several years. One, that the EU budget and EU policies help a number of our countries who are facing demographic challenges. It is a key element for the future of our countries, of our nations and our continent. And therefore, the convergence and the regional equal development must be accompanied by the measures that will help us on national level to address the demographic deficit that exists. The second element is to catch up with the fourth industrial revolution. Digitalization, innovation, competitiveness and investment are the four musts that we have to deliver in the next couple of years if we don't want to be taken over by other countries and other parts of the world who seems to adapt faster to the technological advancements. But we need to regulate well these technological advancements. This is our task as the organization based on the rule of law and based on common rules. I can promise you, my friends, that just as we did in 2014, that the Croatian Democratic Union will bring at least 40% of the seats of the Croatian members of the European Parliament to the next strongest, again, parliamentary group of the EPP in the European Parliament. Eventually, I would like to thank Michel for the hard work that he has done on one of the most, historically speaking, unfortunate topics that we as the EU had to handle, and that is the unwanted story of Brexit. Since it will inevitably happen, I think it is the responsibility of the EPP and all us in the Commission, at the European Council, that if it happens, that it happens in an orderly manner. If it does not happen in an orderly and negotiated manner, it will be failure for all of us. Dear friends, let's make this Helsinki Congress as a new start, new vigor, and mobilization of the EPP family across Europe to convincingly win the European elections in May. Thank you very much.